Podcast number 3, but who are we? 5 years ago, I tore my labrum, had an identity crisis, and had no idea what to do with my time. So I bought a camera. Now at 24, I own a full-scale marketing agency that's achieved millions of views, crazy experiences, and we work with some of the biggest athletes in the world. So now we have this, the 5-minute podcast where we answer one question based off of everything we've learned so far. We've never introduced.
I'm Elise.
And I'm Nate. All right, so the question is, what do you feel like, and you can go either personal experience or you just things you see, but the biggest challenge for people either coming out of college or they're in their post-grad year right now, like what did you feel like was your biggest challenge?
Yeah, I'm going to speak from personal. I just feel like it's easiest for me to speak from that, like probably comparing. It was very easy to compare where I was to other people, even though we were like doing completely different things. To completely different jobs wouldn't have even is not even comparable whatsoever. Like a lot of actually almost every single one of my friends became nurses, and they, like right after college, they knew they were taking the NCLEX. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Okay, well, whatever the test is called. They knew they were taking that, and they knew that they were going to get a job right after that once they become an RN. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was comparing. I'm like, oh, well, they know exactly what they're doing. So I should just do the first thing that pops in my head that I think I should do, because so that way it just seems like I'm doing something after college like they are. They didn't have really a gap of because right away they were either getting experience or they were taking the test, and they knew that's what you do after college. Where I was, like we talked about before, I was getting a degree that I knew I didn't want anything to do with. And so I didn't know what to do after college. So it seemed like, when anybody asked me the question, what's your plan after college? I was like speechless. Like I didn't have an answer because I didn't know. So I feel like if you're comparing the right way of like, I know I could do that, or I know I could do something like that, and it kind of gives you that drive. But for me, it was honestly like hindering back, because I was like, honestly just gonna pick up whatever the first thing I could do, just so I could have an answer to the question. Yeah, just to have the answer to the question, what are you doing after college? When really I really didn't even.
Yeah.
Like it just made me do whatever I could, just have an answer. Thank you. Now what?
Most people would say, hey, what's your answer?
What about you? What do you have?
My answer to the question? Oh, thanks for asking. My answer to the question would be both for myself and like what I see the most with like people that either struggle to find something right away or struggle to take the step into what they want to do.
We live right next to an airport.
The biggest thing to overcome would be where your attention goes.
Mm-hmm.
So like what I mean by that is like what do you spend the most time doing? We were talking about this last night because we were trying to turn it into a video, but every time I did it, I just wanted to throw up when I was making it. So we didn't end up posting it. But like everybody talks about the 5 people that you spend the most time with is a reflection of who you are. Mm-hmm. But we were saying like we spend the most time with our phones. Mm. So like maybe the reflection of who you are is your For You page. You're like, oh, that's ridiculous. I just see brain rot on my For You page. Well, that's what most of your time is.
That's what you're spending. Yeah. That's your algorithm is what you spend time watching and interacting with.
Yeah. And I would say like, where is most of your attention going? Like if you want, like if you have a goal, so whether it's, I want to have this job out of college, or I want to be set up in this type of way out of college, or in my post-grad year, I want to try these 4 things before I decide ultimately maybe I want to pursue this career or whatever. If you can tell me everything that's going on in the world news, if you can tell me what's going on with all the internet drama, if you know all the sports betting lines for tonight's games, like the chances of you doing that are so low, because that's where your attention's going and that's where you're spending all your time. You're like, oh no, that's just something I do in your free time. But if you really sat down and looked at like, what do you do every minute of the day? Like that's probably where most of your time is. Mm-hmm. And I'm guilty of it too. Cause I would say most of my day, whatever, is spent working, but in the times where I like have downtime, if it's out of the full percentage, 10% of it is actual downtime of I'm either going to the gym or I'm eating, and 90% of it is probably I had to post something for one of the pages we manage or whatever, or my own page, whatever. But then I just started scrolling on TikTok. Yeah. And then 30 minutes disappeared, and the next thing you know, I'm like, bro, what did I just do with my 30 minutes?
Yeah.
But that's what I would say is like your attention.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do because people are really good at getting your attention. Like that's a lot of what our job is. Yeah. We need to steal people's attention towards whatever business we're working with. But if you can find ways to, I don't want to say only consume because it's really not possible. Like your phone is going to show you random different things. But if you can spend a majority of the things you focus on things that will actually bring you success, or watching things that are beneficial to where you want to go, then that's what I would say like would help you the most and overcome that challenge. Because
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest challenge for,
Yeah.
in my opinion, of like coming out of school, is because like going back to myself again, is for breakfast, like I always watch something, and in the past it would always be like a funny podcast or something like that. And now like I want to watch the funny podcast, but I'll force myself to watch like something about business or
Yeah.
listen to something about business that I know can benefit me, or something I need to know about social media. Like
Yeah.
maybe there's something that just came out, whatever. But that would be my advice.
Yeah.
Sorry about
It's
the
about to
seagulls.
rain. The seagulls are out.
That's it. If you think of anything and you are one of the 30 people that watch this, 30 views that watch this, probably 15 are me, then please comment a question that you have, or like, I don't know, what you would like to hear about, or what, I don't know really what our opinion means, but
Yeah.
I
And
don't
Remy
know.
is down here and she wants to say bye. Say bye. She's a little shy.